Hey everybody, it's Dan the Safety Man here, talking to you this week about high-risk work. Now, when I say high-risk work, some of you will remember from our recent annual compliance training that I am referring to confined space entries, live electrical work, excavations, and hot work. So for those four types of work, there's some special sets of equipment that you'll need to complete them in a safe manner. Now, this week we're going to focus on confined space entries. Let's go over and see some of the equipment we have available to safely perform a confined space entry. Oh, hey guys. So as I was saying earlier, we're talking about confined space entries today. Now, the first step with any confined space entry is to test that atmosphere. That's going to tell you right there whether or not you have a hazardous atmosphere in that confined space. So we have tools for this. So these are our two of our gas monitors. We own 5 of these. These are the Ventus MX4 gas monitor by Industrial Scientific. Now we have 2 different styles. We have the passive gas monitor and we have the aspirated gas monitor. Now, the key difference between these 2 gas monitors is the passive model will only draw samples from your immediate area that you're wearing it in. It's not actively drawing air into it as it's functioning. Where with the aspirated model, when you have the hose plugged into the top, this is going to actively draw samples from the surrounding area by bringing air into the gas monitor itself. Now, these monitors test for 4 different gases. That's hydrogen sulfide, oxygen levels, carbon monoxide, and LEL, which is the lower explosive limit that is testing for explosive gases. And that's everything from acetone fumes to methane. Now, these gas monitors will give you the levels necessary to let you know, A, if you're going into a hazardous atmosphere, and if so, then it becomes a permit-required confined space. Anytime it's a permit-required confined space, then you're required to have a competent person in terms of confined space on your job site to continue on and be your entry supervisor. So, if you find that you are entering a permit-required confined space, another requirement you then have to satisfy is having a man retrieval system set up. So, you will have your gas monitor constantly monitoring the hazardous atmosphere of the space, and you will use engineering controls before you enter that space to ensure that you have eliminated or mitigated that hazardous atmosphere before entry. But even so, with that mitigation process in place, you still need to have our man retrieval system in place, which is this tripod and winch system. So once this is set up, that is actually put onto a fall protection harness for the entrant before they go into a confined space, and that is a non-entry retrieval system for them if for any reason they need to vacate the space and are not able to do so of their own free will. We have 2 different styles of ventilator fans. So our first style is a DC ventilator fan, seen right here. So these are the style of fans that you can hook up to your car battery. It's all one self-contained unit with the air hose inside the unit itself, or we have the AC model of that, one that can be plugged into your typical 120 volt outlet. And then finally, you got to worry about the general public. That's why we have something like this right here. This is our manhole gate system. So if you have a confined space entry set up in a vault along the side of the road or something like that, this gate system is something you would employ to make sure that nobody's going to access that area even though that area should be attended to by your ground level attendant. So all of these elements must be put into place and properly planned out if you're going to be performing a confined space entry on your job site. Now, for that reason, I'm going to need at least 3 to 4 days of lead time if you guys need confined space entry on your equipment on your job site. That is to make sure that the gas monitor's been properly calibrated, that the vent fans and the manhole gates are properly available, and that everything's good to go on the confined space entry man retrieval tripod. So, in conclusion, There's a lot of planning that goes into doing a proper confined space entry and a lot of training that goes along with it. I did not discuss today entrant requirements, ground level attendant requirements, entry supervisor requirements. We did all go over that all in our annual compliance training, which the rest of you should be completing next Friday, February 2nd. But yeah, for anyone that wants additional training on that, we will likely be running a confined space entry competent person training this spring. And yeah, just let me know if you need any on-site training, or I am also trained as a competent person on-site if that is what's necessary. Point is, it's crucial to plan our work and work our process. We have a process in place for confined space entries. That's what we need to follow. That is going to send everybody home safe every single day. So now, what I want everyone to do that's watching this right now is subscribe and maybe watch one of these videos right here. Dan the Safety Man, out.